Hey guys, it's Mia. I'm back with a new video. This video is going to be about my 10 tips to surviving your freshman year at college. Guys, I'm finally back with a new video. Let me scoot over. Can I just check now? It's too far to the side. I'm back with a new video, 10 college tips. But yeah, this is actually starting off my week of videos. I'm going to attempt to do 7 videos in a row, which is a lot of work. That's a lot of editing. But we're gonna try it out. We're gonna see if we can do this. I know like a lot of bigger YouTubers are able to do this because they pre-record a lot of videos, but I'm gonna attempt to record and edit and post videos all in like one day. So we're gonna see how that goes. So yeah, I know my hair is really big. I kind of like how it looks, but I just blow dried it. And the reason for that will be in Thursday's video. But today, for Monday's video, are my 10 tips to surviving your freshman year at college. So let's get into it. So I have a couple, I have them like the general idea like written down, typed in my notes. So tip number 1 is to find your tribe, find your people, find your friends. You know, you probably have best friends from home, but you need to make some new friends at school. You need to meet a bunch of people, but you need to really have 2 or 3 friends that you're super duper close with. I was ridiculously lucky in my freshman year. I met some amazing people. I have some amazing friends now. If you don't know already, if you're new to the channel, I go to the University of Maryland, go Terps. But you know, I was extremely lucky to meet a bunch of amazing people my freshman year. Some not so amazing, but it's tea for another day. But yeah, I was extremely lucky because I did end up with a random roommate. I thought I had met this girl on Instagram like months before we were supposed to move in. I thought that would be my roommate. We're still really good friends. Shout out to Tati to this day, but we did not end up being roommates, so I had to get a random roommate. And I absolutely got so lucky with my roommate. Me and my roommate got along so well. Her name's Meg. I love her. I can't wait to see her again. We're not roommates this year, but she was a great first roommate. I was super nervous because we didn't know each other. We hadn't talked prior to moving in or anything like that, besides like the few weeks before when we were deciding on like getting a fridge and stuff like that. So I was like, I don't know if we're gonna get along, but we ended up getting along super duper well, and I love her. It's my girl. It's Meg. I miss her. I miss you, Meg, if you're watching this. So yeah, like I said before, I didn't end up being roommates with that girl that I DM'd or that DM'd me, whatever. But we are still good friends. I met a couple of good friends from Instagram before actually getting into school, because there was like a Facebook group chat of all like the class of 21, and I met a couple people off of that. We started DMing each other on Instagram. We met up in school. One of my bestest friends, Taylor, she DM'd me on Instagram. She's like, hey, we seem to have similar interests. I think we should hang out when we get down to school. We literally met up the first day of school with my other friend Deja, who I met, my girl, that's my roommate this year, who I met at our orientation, which was like a month before I think move-in day. So we all met up the first day of school, literally move-in day, after all our parents had left and we had gotten all our stuff situated. And we've literally been inseparable ever since. And they're like the best friends that I have ever. And we're literally hung out with each other every single day, both semesters. Like, we're tight. I think it's super duper important. I keep saying super duper, that's super duper weird. But that's just really weird that I keep saying that. But I think it's really important to find a couple of really close friends. And I think that Taylor and Deja and my roommate Meg were like the closest friends I had, because they literally know every single thing about me. They know everything that went on in my college experience, stuff that I haven't told anybody else ever. So yeah, they were like my squad, my gang, the whole freshman year. Me and Meg didn't like hang out all the time. Like, I was hanging out with Deja, but I knew her friends, she knew my friends. Like, we were just really cool. We got along super well. And it was just, the room situation was great. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better roommate freshman year. So yeah, definitely find your people, find the people you get along with. I know people who were in, who like, I guess made bigger groups of friends. Like for me, I pretty much just hung out with Deja and Taylor. You also should remember them from how my freshman year experience was. They were in that video. But yeah, those are like my closest friends. Everyone else, like I have a lot of other friends, but they're not to the level of closeness that the three of us are. And I think that it's important to have a smaller group of friends rather than a bigger group of friends, because I consider myself as having a lot of friends but not a lot of close friends, because like Deja and Taylor know information about me that nobody else knows, and if a lot more people knew that, then it's basically like the entire school knowing that. So it's better to keep yourself, like your personal life, on the DL. You don't want every single person to know, because if you you consider 6 people your closest friends, one of those people is probably going to tell somebody else, and that person's going to tell somebody else, and then people are going to be looking at you crazy. So just moral of the story, keep your circle of friends small. And I know people that are from like bigger circles that don't even get along with some of the other people in the circles, and they just like talk dirty about each other, but then they'll still be hanging out the next day. So you don't want that. So I recommend just having a small group of friends, group of girls that you can just vibe with, or group of girls, guys. I have guy friends too. That's another story. But yeah, I do have girl and guy friends, but my closest are Deja and Taylor. Love you guys. I miss you. So tip number 2 is be true to yourself. So what do I mean by this? So like you're probably gonna come into college with, I don't know, with like who you are. Like I got straight A's in high school, I'm gonna get straight A's here. I don't care, like if a guy wants to talk to me, he's gonna have to take me on dates. Like if someone wants to be my friends, like they can't be talking behind my back. All like you might just like have a certain level standards in a way that you carry yourself. And when you get to college, it's really hard. It can be hard to stay true to yourself, because there's so much going on. There's so many distractions. It's a lot. It's a lot. There's so much going on in school, and I go to a really big school, so there's even more going on. How people end up like getting off their path, I guess, of who they are, is just by being influenced by other people, not really just to fit in, or to just be accepted and to not seem weird for staying a certain way or believing in certain things. And people, like, peer pressure is a thing, but like I experienced it a little bit, but like not seriously. Like some people might not drink. I've never seen someone being pressured to drink, but I know that definitely happens. Like that's life, because obviously you're in college, a lot of people want to drink. But I've never seen anyone pressured to drink. I've never been pressured to drink. It's either my choice. If you don't, it's all cool. It's not a big fuss. Another thing is with guys, a lot of guys are going to want to have sex with you. If you're like, nah, I'm waiting until I have a boyfriend, I'm waiting until I'm married, then stick to that. Don't let these little boys like try and get in your head and be like, oh, well, you're 18 years old. Why are you still acting like a little, like, they'll say some crazy things to try and get to you. And don't let anything that anyone says change who you are or change your way of belief. If that's what you believe, then stick to it, and just never get off of your path, because you may have been raised a certain way and a lot of these other people at the school were not raised that way. So you just gotta stay true to yourself and be happy with who you are. But yeah, I've even had moments where it's like, okay, should I just do this because everyone's just telling me that I should do it, like I should be this way or anything like that. But like in the end, I got back to who I was, and I didn't doubt myself anymore. I had a lot of self-doubt about like the things that I was doing, because I was like, well, everybody's pressuring me to do something else. Like, should I just stay this way or should I not? And it's just really hard sometimes. Peer pressure does get to you sometimes. So try not to let it get to you. It's going to, but just try to stay on your path and stay true to yourself. Tip number 3, tres. So build your brand. This kind of goes along with being true to yourself. Kind of, I don't know. But like, I think it's super important to have a brand in college, because especially in a school like mine, there's over 30,000 people, and you want to stand out, or maybe you want to blend in, but like personally I want to be memorable. I want people to know who I am when they look at me or see something that I've done. Like if I do someone's makeup, they're like, oh, that looks so good, did Mia do your makeup, girl? Yeah, she did. But yeah, like people, I feel like whenever someone's like describing me or like they compliment me or something, like, oh my god, your face is always beat, your outfit's always on point, stuff like that. So I kind of make it a standard for myself to always always go out looking somewhat decent, I guess, or to look somewhat fashionable, or to have some form of makeup on my face, just because that's what people know me as or recognize me as, and because I have this YouTube channel and stuff like that, want to represent the brand of Mia Layne, loud and proud. Do you guys see this mic? It's so ugly. Sorry my voice shakes. I don't know, it does this when I talk. That's why I don't talk in videos, but this is a talking video. So yeah, that's just whatever it is, like if you make clothes, if you make jewelry, promote it. Like be shameless about your promotion. Try to get your friends to promote it. If you really want to get yourself out there, you definitely have to make a brand. People have to know who you are. Otherwise, you're just another kid in a classroom and no one will remember you. It's sad, but it's true. But yeah. Tip number 4 is really obvious. It's probably what someone said in every single college freshman tip video ever known to man, which is to go to class. I'm saying this out of experience because second semester, I was not going to class. And it was for combinations of reasons. It was because I was tired. It was because I was depressed. I was going through a lot. A lot of stuff will get to you in college. It's really hard. It's really hard. And it wasn't that my classes were hard. It was just like something like dramatic would happen. And I'm like, oh my God. Like I just cried my eyes out the night before. Do I really want to go to my 8 a.m. class? Probably not. So I slept in a lot. There would just be some classes, like lecture halls, that have 300 kids in a room that I would just skip because, the lecture's online anyway, so what's the point? But yeah, go to class, because a lot of times some teachers will be nice and they'll tell you when you have to be there for participation points. Sometimes you have to be there every day for participation points. The teacher might say something in class that's super important. If you weren't there, your classmates are going to remember it, but they might not remember to tell it to you. So just try to go to class as much as possible. You're definitely going to skip a class once in your life. It's not the end of the world, but it's better if you try to consistently go to class. Don't be a bum like I was second semester. Second semester was really hard. It's really hard for me. First semester was fun, like this is new, it's lit, blah, blah, blah. Second semester was some trash, but whatever. So yeah, in addition to going to class, make friends in your classes, or just get like 2 people's numbers in your class, 2 to 3, just so that you can always text them, say, is there homework due? Is there a reading that we're supposed to do? Or if you're not in class that day, say, what did we do in class that day? Some people will be nice enough to tell you, some people will not tell you or respond to your text. That's why you get more than one person's phone number from your classes. Tip number 5 is to go to the gym, I think everyone should go to the gym. You don't have to be like some extreme workout, like on your grind. You could literally just be on the elliptical for like 20 minutes. It's just like a really good stress relief. I know it sounds cliche, but going to the gym does help with your stress a lot, especially in school. If you have an hour or 30 minutes or whatever just to be able to go to the gym, definitely recommend it, because you'll stay in shape a little bit. You'll be able to take your mind off of things that might be stressing you out. I just think it's a great place to escape. And it doesn't necessarily have to be going to the gym. It could just be like any form of like focusing on yourself. Maybe do a face mask, maybe do your makeup, take an extremely long shower. I don't know, anything that just like is putting the focus on yourself for a little bit instead of everything else, because it's really easy to like lose track of yourself, like not just like being true to yourself, but just to like you kind of forget to take care of yourself because you're so worried about everything else, like staying up till freaking 3 a.m. trying to get homework done. Like you forget to do like take care of yourself and take care of your skin as well as you should be. You might not be washing your face every night. just try to keep up with yourself because you'll feel a lot better if you feel better, like physically, like going to the gym and stuff like that. And if you look better, if you don't have as much acne, stuff like that. So just always remember to take care of yourself. And it's like, what does she mean? Of course I'm going to be taking care of myself, but you'll forget. Trust me, you'll forget. Tip number 6, get involved. I know everybody says this, but it's super important. You have to get involved. You have to meet a lot of people. Like I said, don't make everybody your friend, but meet a lot of people. Networking is extremely important. Have people that are going to support you. Have people that, you know, like making connections with teachers and stuff like that. All right, so my camera like died or memory something. I don't know. But I got cut off from what I was saying. But I think I was on tip number 6, get involved. So obviously everyone says to get involved because it's really important in college, and it's mostly, I mean, obviously to find stuff that you're interested in, but also to network, because if you're most likely joining clubs because it's something that you either do as a hobby or something that you want to do when you grow up, or like when you have a career and stuff like that. And the people who run these clubs or the founders of the clubs usually have done internships in the field or work in that field now, or will eventually work in the field. So it's important to network with them and make sure that they know who you are and that they like you, and that you're memorable to them, because they'll think, oh, well, they'll think of you when they get like an internship position, and they're like, well, maybe Mia will like this because, you know, she's interested in videography and communication and stuff like that. So I'm going to tell her about this internship and maybe even write her a letter of recommendation. So that's why getting involved is important. Also important to be super social with just random people. Just so that, I think it's important to know a bunch of people but not be super close to a bunch of people, just so that, you know, maybe your friends are sick or something like that, or you can't hang out with them all the time. Have a friend that you can go to the library with, have someone that you can go to breakfast or lunch with, because I know I pretty much last year only went to dinner with my friends, sometimes lunch, but we pretty much always had dinner together, and sometimes it sucks to sit alone, so try to make as many friends as possible, and that way you'll never really have to be alone. You can always have the option of either being alone or just texting someone, say, hey, do you want to meet up here, hang out, study together, whatever. Tip number 7 is to be smart. Obviously, you have to be smart in your classes and making big life decisions, but you also have to be smart about the people that you keep around you, about where you decide where you're going. Like if you're going out to a party, make sure everybody knows where you're going. You're probably going to be going with a group of people. I hope to God that you're going with a group of people, but even if you're with a group of people, you might get separated. Make sure, I don't know, post it on Snapchat, like, I'm at a party here, blah, blah, blah. That way, all your Snapchat followers know where you are. In case you go missing, they're like, well, we saw that she was at this party last. Someone has to be able to find you. My friends and I sometimes share our locations with each other if we're going somewhere without each other. So that's important. Be smart. And also in party situations, if you drink or anything, or do drugs, make sure you're being safe. Make sure that you pour your own alcohol, or you're watching the person make the drink. If you put down your cup, get another cup after that. I know this sounds like stuff that your parents tell you, but this is like real life. Like crazy stuff will happen if you're not careful enough. That also kind of goes with tip number 8, which is just to be careful with who you're with. If you're with a guy by yourself, make sure that somebody knows. Please be safe out there. Please. Be careful if you know that you're going to be intoxicated. Make sure with a group of people, with someone who's less intoxicated or not intoxicated at all, so that they can kind of like not babysit everybody, but just make sure that everybody is like alive. Because literally me and my friends literally witnessed someone get hit by a car when we were like leaving a party or something like that. We were like had to get off the bus and everything. It was super scary. It was crazy. The car literally just drove away. There's also like they told us about a freshman girl got hit and killed trying to get back like super early in the morning. She got hit by a car and was killed. you just have to be careful, know where you at, know what's going on, be conscious, aware enough of your surroundings that you do not end up in a UMD alert, because that stuff is crazy and bad things happen all the time. Just make sure that they're not happening to you. Tip number 8 just says here, it's not the end of the world. I go through, I had so many, my life is over, like there's no point of living any more moments while I was in school. Like in college, you're literally living your best and worst life at the same exact time. Like it's so much fun with the parties and stuff, but then someone could you could be at a party having the time of your life, I don't know, turning up, all this, just living your best life, and then the next day someone hurts your feelings, someone says something, they talk to you crazy, they just surprise you, and just throw you for a loop, and you get sad, you might fail a test, you might fail a class. That didn't happen to me, but I know some people were stressed out about failing some classes. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong in school, and you're not gonna have the perfect college experience. Something's gonna go wrong. I know everyone was sad at some point in their college experience, and everyone was happy at some point in their college experience, and you're just gonna have that time period where you're just like, I'm just okay. And it is what it is. It might seem like everyone else has their life together, but everyone's going through the same crisis as you are. Everyone's panicking on the inside, and everybody sometimes is happy on the inside too, but it's just, you're gonna have some really bad moments and you're gonna have some really good moments, and you can't let the bad moments ruin the rest of your college experience. Like the first couple months of second semester, everything was just ruined for me, and then the last few months of second semester, everything was a lot better. So you just kind of have to roll with it, and you can't let it defeat you, and you just have to keep moving on. You have to keep going to class. You have to keep getting good grades. You have to try to keep up your social life, try to keep your friends close to you. They're going to be your greatest support system. Call home if you're sad. It just helps a little bit, just because it gets really hard out here. It's hard in these streets in college. But yeah, just find a way to cope with it. It's going to happen. Don't let it ruin everything else just because of one bad person or one bad experience. And it might be more than one bad person or one bad experience. So you just kind of have to, just take whatever lesson that experience gave you and roll with it. Like if you weren't studying that hard for your classes and you fail a test, now I know I need to study harder for my class instead of just being like, oh, I'm stupid, I'm never gonna get this subject right. You just have to be, well, maybe I need to study harder, maybe I need to get a tutor. Just gotta pull through and take what you can from that experience, whether it was good or bad. So my very last tip is to simply just have fun. Make sure you're enjoying every single moment of your college experience. I had a horrible high school experience, and college overall was, my first year was great. It was fantastic. Even with all the bad stuff that happened to me, it was fine because I just made some really great friends, and I made some amazing memories that I'll never forget, and it was just great overall. And it came with good and bad, but it was still lit. it was still living my best life. And you just have to make sure you're don't lock yourself in your room. I know it's scary at the first couple days to go eat by yourself, and you just might be waiting for someone to talk to you. Sometimes you're gonna have to reach out and talk to the person first, which I did a couple times, which I was not used to doing because I was like, what if they think I'm weird for trying to talk to them? What if they don't want me to talk to them? I get really nervous. I have bad social anxiety, but I feel like I got over that a lot when I started school, because I realized I was going out of my way more to make more friends and to be a happier, more social butterfly type person. since I have to, since I'm a communications major, so that makes sense, right? Um, but yeah, those were my 10 tips to survive your freshman year of college. I hope that helps you incoming freshmen out there. Yeah, so I hope you guys have a lot of fun your freshman semester and all your years, semesters, whatever. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're safe. I hope you make some great friends. I hope you get good grades, get on that dean's list, maybe even get a 4.0. And never forget to have fun and to enjoy your experience, because the 4 years are going to go by fast. I feel like my first year went by in a blink of an eye. So definitely enjoy every single memory, every experience, good or bad, and have fun freshman year. Hope this helps you. Bye.